What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am finally back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, October 19th. Couldn't even remember the date. Too excited. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. It's the only place you're going to get updates to my Sims as we get closer to lock. Let me know in the comments section, who's your favorite and least favorite of my contenders? I want to know who you guys are looking at for this slate, and I definitely want to know this stuff moving forward, especially on a day like tomorrow where we've got 11 games. But for tonight, it's just 2. Finally, shout out to PrizePicks for being the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up. Get up to a $100 instant match deposit bonus on that first deposit. Now, we are rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Grayson Allen, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, Joe Harris, and Andrew Wiggins on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It is finally time to find out. First up at number 5, we're going to Kevin Durant. He's got small forward, power forward eligibility. Yes, that is correct. FanDuel now has multi-position eligibility. Be ready for it. He is 10,800, projected for 51 fantasy points. His goal, 64, which he hits about 9% of the time, but he's in the optimal 43% of the time. I got him in for 36 minutes, 30 real points, 8 boards, 4.5 assists. You get a steal, you get a block. It's a matchup that we're comfortable with against Milwaukee, but Milwaukee down a couple starters. I've got Durant right at 1.37 fantasy points per minute. This feels like a great spot. Durant, I assume, is healthy. I think he's going to be taking a run at the MVP award this year. Happy to get there. He's in 43% of optimals. You should be getting to Kevin Durant, which is not a hot take. Looking to save a little bit of money? Get some value on number 4, Jordan Poole, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 4,900, projected for 24 fantasy points. You're looking for 34. I don't think he hits it all that frequently, but he is in the optimal lineup 44% of the time. I gave him 26 minutes. I certainly think that there's some upside to that number. The closing lineup is sort of in flux, at least for Golden State, right around 0.9 fantasy points per minute. Poole is kind of just like a score and do very little else guy. 16 points is the projection. 2.7 boards, 2.3 assists, maybe a stock. You're not getting a lot out of Poole elsewhere, but if the scoring is there, and for Jordan Poole, it generally is, I think this could be a pretty big game. At 4,900, he looks like a nice value. Staying on the Golden State Warriors for number 3, Draymond Green, power forward and center eligibility, 7K, projected for 35. The goal is 45. He hits that 12% of the time. He's in the optimal 46% of the time. 34 minutes for Draymond. I think he's going to see a lot more time at center this year as well. That should open things up offensively for the Warriors. Not a usage guy, 14% for this matchup. We're talking 8.5 points, 8.5 boards, 7.5 assists, 2.5 stocks. This guy does a little bit of everything, so the floor is going to be there. On the days where he just goes like 7, 7, and 7, you're not happy that it happened, but there's going to be some days where he goes 14, 12, and 12, and you're going to need every bit of Draymond Green. I hope that tonight is that night. I'm really curious to see how much the Lakers go to a legitimate 5 in either DeAndre Jordan or Dwight Howard. But on the minutes where they have those guys on there, I think Draymond is going to succeed a lot on the offensive end. At number 2, we have my preferred pay-up option of the day, Giannis Antetokounmpo, power forward, small forward eligibility, 11K, projected for 54. The goal is 65. He does it 12% of the time, gets him into the optimal lineup 48% of the time. I gave him 34 minutes. In theory, he could play 36. I don't know if they go that crazy right out of the gate. 1.56 fantasy points per minute. He's the best fantasy point per minute guy on the planet. So no surprise, I want to pay up with him. 30% usage, 28 points, 12.5 boards, 5 assists, 2 stocks. You guys know what you're getting out of Giannis. And this is a great matchup for him against Brooklyn. Brooklyn not good defensively. The only guy that was a Giannis stopper, so to speak, was Jeff Green, no longer with the team. They're going to have to hope that Blake Griffin provides a bit of a wall at the top of the charge circle. I think Giannis is going to have newfound confidence from what he got out of the end of the playoffs last year. I expect him to roll. Happy to pay $11K for Giannis. Now, before we get to that number one contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Head on over to Twitter and follow me at Josh Engleman so you can get the updates to my sims as we get closer to lock. I need to know who your favorite and least favorite contenders are in the comments, and I'm pretty sure that your least favorite contender might be my number one contender. I don't know if he stays there for the whole day. Got to get a better read on the rotations, but for right now, I like the value. Finally, PrizePicks, the presenting sponsor of this show, use that promo code Awesemo to get up to a $100 instant match deposit on that first deposit. Yeah, bonus. The word bonus should have been in there. Anyway, number one. Didn't see this one coming, but Otto Porter is at the top of the heap today. Small forward, power forward eligible, just 4,400, projected for 22 fantasy points. The goal is 32. That gets him in the optimal lineup 49% of the time. I gave him 24 minutes. I think there is an upside for a lot more today. I know that Golden State's pretty happy with his performance, and he appears to be healthy. The downside to Otto Porter is just simply his lack of availability. When he's on the floor, he's generally good, and I think that he's looked pretty good so far through the preseason and through just ramping up for the regular season. 0.93 fantasy points per minute, 11 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, maybe a stock. You get good defense. I think he just fits this team really well. His shooting ability is going to be a major benefit. If he gets 24 minutes, Otto Porter is the number one contender for today's slate. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Tuesday, October 19th. I already forgot the date. DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere. Check it out. Keep your eyes peeled for the updates. Good luck tonight, everybody. I will be back again tomorrow morning with the process show at 6:30 and another edition of the Contenders.